Today we're working on the fabrication of the lower inner fender section on our 74 Karmann Ghia. This piece is rotted pretty bad. I replaced the other side already. I made this template here. We can see we have the fold. This piece here is actually up in here. And then I've written on here how much material I need to add to the edge of this template in order to make these rolls and flanges here. So we've got one bend here, one bend here. We've got kind of a kickback over here that's an offset, and then we have another bend up here. So this template was made for the other side, so it actually goes on like this and fits in here. We can see how it's supposed to go, and this piece forms the curve on the inner nose. So this panel, we're looking into the front trunk area. This panel will go down on the bottom of this panel here by where the spare tire gets carried in this car. Okay, here we've got our pattern transferred to the sheet metal. You can see I made some notes where to roll, where to flange, how big the flange is, where to do my offset, where to do the fold. I use this little tool here. I think it was a couple bucks at Home Depot. It's not an actual micrometer. It measures in hundredths of an inch, but it's still a pretty nice little tool for laying things out, because you can see on the dial. Okay, here's the blank after we've cut it out with the nibbler. We'll go back through with some hand shears here and clean up the edges, make sure that it's cut right. I was lucky enough to find a piece of wood that I cut here a couple weeks ago to help me do a fender arch. So I set it under here. It was about the same curve from this point to down in here somewhere. So I'm going to use it as a form to hammer over, and we'll see if we can get some of that. Okay, so there's that section. I'm going to try and find another curve somewhere in my workshop to do this section, and then this one down here is going to be kind of a bear, but we'll do it as well. Alright, I cut out another curve here out of MDF that matches my template, so I just use my template to make the curve. So we'll hammer this guy out. And it looks like we've got a bump here, so I'll spend some time clamping and redoing this thing here, or just, moving it in the fixture here, so I get this clamp closer to there, and hopefully that'll push it down and stretch everything like it needs to be. And I'll make another curve for back here, and we'll be done. I'm getting ready to do this offset here, which we can see on our piece that we removed is I don't know, somewhere between 1/8 and 3/16 of an inch deep. So I've got a piece of steel angle, and I've got the piece clamped to our bench. So we're going to use the hammer and hopefully make this offset. Not too bad. Once again, I got a little bit lucky. This is the template that I used for the wheel arch that I had to replace a couple weeks ago, and the bottom curve of it fit this curve down here pretty close. It's a little bit off, but nothing I can't straighten out by hand, so we'll just use it to hammer against. Okay, now if you remember, this is actually going to be this piece here, so we actually have to wrap it another 90 degrees past this. So when we do that, I'll do this piece as well, and it will take up some of the shrink that needs to go into here. So may have to make a relief cut or two, but shouldn't be too big of a deal. I'm going to turn this lip down here with my favorite flanging tool, the crescent wrench. Just kind of get in here little by little and use the wrench as a good pressure point and work the panel a little bit at a time, and we'll come back and kind of straighten up the curve. Probably going to need a relief cut there, but we'll work on this end of the panel first. We'll straighten the rest of it out with just a set of hand pliers. Here's the finished piece. Still needs a little bit of trimming, and I did a couple relief cuts down here, so I have to weld them up, as well as that cut there, and there's another one over here where we did all of our folds. But you can see, have a pretty good match here from template to finished product. Hopefully this will fit on the car, and we'll weld it in.